In the NFL, it takes a certain kind of player to reach elite status. And among those, there are even fewer who have what it takes to truly become superstars and be inducted into the Hall of Fame. I mean, you need a lot to get in there. High personal stat totals, accolades, a Super Bowl victory. Not every single player has what it takes. But of course, at this very moment, we have several guys out there who will be shoo-ins when all is said and done. So with that, let's go over 10 current NFL players who are guaranteed future Hall of Famers. Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker is in the GOAT conversation for the kicker position. Tucker is currently the most accurate field goal kicker in league history, on top of holding the record for the longest field goal in league history at 66 yards. While the 33-year-old likely has plenty of games left in the tank, Tucker has already made 6 Pro Bowls and been an All-Pro 5 times in his 11 seasons in the league. Tucker's career field goal percentage of 90.5 includes missing only 3 of his 108 kicks from 39 yards or shorter. He has never missed a kick from shorter than 30 yards. Throughout his career, Tucker has only missed 5 of his 418 extra points. And if that's not Hall of Fame worthy, then I don't know what is. Tyreek Hill, one of the league's fastest receivers, has already achieved 8,340 career yards and 63 touchdowns through 7 seasons in the league. Hill has created 1,000-yard seasons every single year since his rookie one, excluding his 860-yard season where he had missed 6 games. The former Super Bowl champion receiver was not the product of playing with another future Hall of Famer in quarterback Patrick Mahomes as he showed off in the 2022 season. With the Dolphins, Hill was one half of a very dominant receiver tandem. Alongside wide receiver Jalen Waddle, Hill created 1,710 yards and 7 touchdowns while splitting the rock with his teammate, not to mention the fact that starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa didn't even play the entire season, including the team's one playoff game. Hill's most recent campaign was the most successful of his career, and oh boy, he is not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. Zach Martin. Martin is in the conversation for not only the greatest tackle of his generation, but potentially of all time. The former first-round pick has been the anchor of Dallas's offensive line for 8 seasons now, and Martin has been an All-Pro and Pro Bowl player every single season of his career, aside from the 2020 season where he had missed 6 games. And a little extra cherry on top, Martin has started all 137 games that he has ever played in. Devonte Adams. Devonte Adams was the Robin to Aaron Rodgers' Batman. In his 8 seasons at Green Bay, he led the team in receiving 5 consecutive seasons from 2017 to 2021. Adams led the league in touchdowns and yards per game once in Green Bay and led the league in touchdowns once in Las Vegas. Adams is a 6-time Pro Bowler and was selected as an All-Pro player over the last 3 seasons. While the Raiders are not exactly the best situation for Adams at the moment, the receiver is still at the peak of his career and can add on to his already illustrious resume. With 9,637 yards and 87 touchdowns in his career, I would say that Adams is well on his way to Canton. Cameron Jordan. The staple of New Orleans' defensive line has been an absolute force to be reckoned with throughout his tenure with the Saints. In 11 seasons, Cameron Jordan has started 191 of his 192 games played, never missing a single game until he caught COVID-19 in 2020. But throughout that time, Jordan has accumulated 639 tackles, 150 tackles for a loss, 219 quarterback hits, 115.5 sacks, 58 pass deflections, 15 forced fumbles, 10 fumble recoveries, and 2 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. The 8-time Pro Bowler and finalist for the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year award has stayed consistent throughout his years in the league. At 34 years old, the pass rusher is nearing the twilight of his career, but he is most certainly going to be a future Hall of Famer with his all-time numbers. Travis Kelce. Another contender for the GOAT title at his position, Kelce burst onto the scene in 2016 as one of the best playmakers at the tight end position ever. And oh boy, he has yet to slow down, amassing over 1,000 yards each of his last 7 seasons. The 33-year-old tight end put up career highs in touchdowns in 2022 with his second highest campaign in yardage to pair. The 8-time Pro Bowler also has 7 All-Pro selections under his belt and was a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year twice in 2020 and 2022. With 10,344 career receiving yards and 71 total touchdowns, Kelce's name is spoken alongside the likes of Tony Gonzalez, Rob Gronkowski, Shannon Sharp, and Antonio Gates, all of whom are or will most certainly be Hall of Famers. Aaron Rodgers. If four-time league MVP Aaron Rodgers can't make it to Canton, well, I don't know. The bar is probably set way higher than any quarterback in the league can actually surmount. With 59,055 career passing yards and a touchdown-interception ratio of 475 to 105, Rodgers has been the face of Green Bay since stepping into Hall of Fame quarterback Brett Favre's shoes. When playing in a full season, Rodgers has never thrown for fewer than 3,800 yards. Along with his 4 MVPs, the former Super Bowl MVP has 10 Pro Bowl selections, 5 All-Pro appearances, and was an Offensive Player of the Year finalist 7 individual times, despite never actually winning the award. Rodgers is seemingly capping off his storied career with the Jets after 18 years in Green Bay, where his career is sure to be shortlisted as one of the all-time greats. Von Miller. Former Super Bowl MVP Von Miller has truly established himself as a threat over his 11-season career. Something must have been in the water in Denver, because Miller was an electric linebacker for the Broncos for 8 seasons before an ankle injury shipped him off to the Rams' defensive line. The former Defensive Rookie of the Year has a career 123.5 sacks, 8 Pro Bowl selections, and 7 All-Pro nominations over 12 seasons. Miller has forced 27 fumbles, 24 pass deflections, and 2 interruptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. Sound familiar? In only his sophomore campaign, Miller accumulated 18.5 sacks, only 4 short of the all-time leader. Miller is 19th in all-time sacks and is the only active player in the top 20. Whenever the 34-year-old decides to hang up the cleats, rest assured, Canton will be calling. Aaron Donald. One of the most dominant players at his position of all time, the former first-round pick has been the face of the Rams defense since the team was still in St. Louis. Donald has led the league in sacks once and tackles for loss twice, creating 20.5 sacks in 2018, which was just 2 short of Michael Strahan's record. The versatile lineman has started 134 of his 138 career games with 18 pass deflections, 24 forced fumbles, and 490 tackles. The story of Donald's dominance has been in his ability to get to the quarterback. The one-time Super Bowl champion has 103 career sacks and 237 quarterback hits, striking fear and terror into the hearts of any offensive general who stands opposite to him. The 3-time Defensive Player of the Year was also the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2014, and has been a Pro Bowler each of his 8 seasons in the league. On top of all that, Donald has 7 All-Pro selections and has been a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year award every single year aside from his rookie season. Patrick Mahomes. With only 6 seasons in the NFL under his belt, the Texas Tech product's career is just barely getting started. He already has 2 MVPs and 2 Super Bowl rings in 6 seasons. And incredibly, Mahomes is 64-16 as a starter during the regular season and has played in the AFC Championship, if not just the Super Bowl, in all of his 5 seasons as a starter. Along with playing in the Super Bowl 50% of the seasons he's been eligible for, he's also won 2 of 3 with 2 Super Bowl MVPs to go with it. Mahomes has thrown for an astonishing 24,241 yards and 192 touchdowns in less than 5 full seasons played. His all-time resume is also very decorated, with an Offensive Player of the Year award in 2018, which was his first season as a starter, by the way, and he has been selected for the Pro Bowl in every single season that he has been a starter. Mahomes has led the league in touchdowns, touchdown percentage, yards per game, and quarterback rating twice. And he's led the league in yards and interception percentage once. Look, Kansas City's signal caller is also the only quarterback in NFL history, along with former New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees, who throw for multiple 5,000-yard seasons throughout his career. Mahomes is a very, very special talent. And though he may be overrated in a lot of ways by the media, or at least overhyped, he is still somehow underrated. Mahomes is the man. And if he were to hang it up today, even at the age of 27 years old, Canton would come calling the moment that he became eligible. But what current NFL player do you think will be a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame? Was there anybody that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a bunch. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.